A mysterious impact left 2 billion craters on the surface of Mars. There are plenty of craters on Mars, especially when compared to our Earth. That is primarily thanks to the lack of weathering forces and strong plate tectonics that disrupt the formations of such impacts on our home planet. However, not all impact craters on Mars are directly caused by asteroid impacts. Many of them are caused by the ejecta from an asteroid impact falling back to the planet. One recent study showed how impactful this can be. It concludes that a single large impact crater on Mars created over 2 billion other smaller craters up to almost 2,000 kilometers away. The study, released in the 55th Annual Lunar and Planetary Science Conference in Texas, focuses on a crater called Corinto, and this is the image that we see right here. It's located in the Elysium Planitia, only about 17 degrees north of the red planet's equator. It's a relatively young crater by Martian standards, and with the science's best estimate of its age being around 2.34 million years ago, it's pretty massive for being that young, though, as the average time between impacts of its size is around 3 million years. As such, the scientist thinks it might be most recent crater of its size on Mars. It's not why that's interesting, though, and it's an extensive ray system. It has an extensive ray system, and that means that a significant amount of ejecta was cast out from the impact site and landed elsewhere on the planet, creating rays from the central impact point that can be seen on a map of the planet's surface even today. Corinto crater is about 14 kilometers in diameter and 1 kilometer deep. Its interior bowl is pockmarked with other smaller craters that happened on its impact. Indication suggests it was full of water ice when it was hit, that as there appeared to be some degassing of the superheated ice after the impact. Calculations point to a relatively steep impact angle, about 30 to 45 degrees from straight on, and the impactor appeared to be coming from the north. And as a result, much of the ejecta impact field lies to the south, especially the southwest of the crater, where some secondary ejecta craters are sitting to the north of the main one. It appears clear that the impactor's angle was significant enough to push most ejecta to the south. Tracking a path of this ejecta a few million years later is not easy. Scientists used data collected by the HiRISE and the Context Camera, CTX, on the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO, and analyzed characteristics of smaller craters surrounding the main Corinto crater. In particular, they looked for craters that looked like they would be caused by ejecta rather than by an interplanetary impactor. They grouped the different types of ejecta craters they found into 5 different facies, primarily focused on how far away they were from the main crater. Each facies has its distinct characteristics. For example, facies 0 is one closest to the main crater, are semicircular, don't appear to have any ejecta, or have very distinct rims. On the other hand, facies 3 craters are long and narrow rather than semicircular, hinting that something rolled through to create them, and have shown up as very bright in the MRO images. 2 main findings from the paper will probably turn the most heads. The scientists found that there are close to 2 billion secondary impact craters larger than 10 meters caused by the ejecta from Corinto. And those secondary craters appear up to 1,850 kilometers away, and that would make it by far the most impactful, pun intended, of the recent Martian craters in terms of the sheer number and distance of its ejecta. The paper did not go into what that might mean for our larger understanding of these processes on the red planet, nor what future work might be completed. The version reviewed of this article is only 2 pages, but as with most things in science, a new record for something, in this case, distance and amount of secondary impact craters, attracts additional research, of course, so we'll have to see what, if any, future discoveries can be regarding this interesting Martian crater. This was originally published from Universe Today by Andy Tomaswick, and it's on Science Alert. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.